Welcome back to the Sunny Stampin' Studio. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to do this bright, fun birthday card. Why don't we get started? First thing you're going to need is a piece of real red cardstock that's 4 1/4 by 11 inches, which was folded in half to create a card base that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. I then took a piece of Whisper White cardstock, which is 3 3/4 inches high by 5 inches wide. Now first I ran it through my Big Shot using the Stampin' Up! Perfect Polka Dots Textured Impressions folder. And then I centered and stuck it to my card front using snail adhesive. Now once that's done, you can grab a piece of designer paper. Now this piece is from the Stampin' Up! Happy B-Day Simply Scrappin' Kit. It's 1 1/2 inches high by 5 1/4 inches long. I then took a piece of Certainly Celery cardstock, which started out as 2 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And as you can see, I've punched the edge with Stampin' Up's new Pinking Hearts border punch. So once your Certainly Celery cardstock has been pinked, you're then going to line it up on your grid paper and use that as a guide to stick your designer paper onto it. There you go, just like that. Now that you've done that, you can go ahead and put snail adhesive on the back of the Certainly Celery piece, and you want to stick it to your card, and I'm aligning it with the right edge of my card. I'm just doing it sideways because it's easier for me to see, and I want it to be about 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom of the card. Actually, I'm using the bottom of the DP as my guide for lining this up. And you see I want it to end so that it's flush with the Whisper White cardstock. So now that you've done that, you can grab yourself a piece of Whisper White cardstock. I'm using the And Many More stamp from the Party Hardy stamp set. And I'm just stamping it onto my cardstock in basic black classic ink. Once that's done, I'm going to center it in the window of my small tag punch and punch it out. I'm then going to take my larger tag punch and punch out a tag from the real red cardstock. So the next thing I'm going to do is to place dimensionals on the back of the And Many More tag. Remove the backing, and then I'm going to center and stick this to my tag like so. So as you can see here, I've got a piece of 1/4 inch real red grosgrain ribbon, and this was an 8-inch piece, and I've created 2 loops just like bunny ears, and I'm going to tie this in a bow. And before I pull it tight, I'm just adjusting the ends because I don't want my bow to be too big. Once you're happy with the size, you can take your scissors, and these are Stampin' Up's Craft and Paper scissors that I reserve exclusively for cutting ribbon. And then you're just going to trim your bow. So we're going to set these two aside for one moment, and I need to grab my real red 3/4 of an inch polka dot grosgrain ribbon. Now you can see it's polka dot on one side and it's stitched on the other side, and it's actually the stitched side that I want to use. So what I want to do is just hold my ribbon where I want the end of it to be, and then pull it across my card like so, and then use that as my guide for trimming it. Now that I've done that, I'm going to trim this end at an angle. That. And then I'm going to knead my snail adhesive, and I'm just going to put some of that at either end of the ribbon. So the first thing I want to do is to align the straight edge with the edge of my card. And you can use the polka dots on the Whisper White to help you get it straight. And then just carefully place it. And then once you've done that, you can take your scissors and then trim off any portion of the ribbon that's frayed, like that. So I can now take my And Many More tag, and I can put a little bit of snail adhesive on the back of that and position that on my card on an angle. I'm now going to grab my mini glue dots and the bow I created out of the 1/4 inch grosgrain ribbon. And I'm just going to stick that at the top of my tag, like that. So the last thing I now need are my buttons. Now I took these buttons from 3 different collections. I took it from the Playground collection, from the Sherbet collection, and from the Fresh Favorites collection. Now as you can see looking at these, I created what I call faux thread. So I just threaded them with a sliver of cardstock and held the sliver in place on the back with a mini glue dot. So I'm now going to use another mini glue dot to place this on my card. And I'm just pressing each button to the mini glue dot to pick it up and then sticking it to my card. There you go. And that's all there is to it. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's project, and I look forward to stamping with you again.